What's up, soil brothers and soil sisters? I can say good morning because it is morning. It's like early morning. Y'all, it's a lot of work out here that need to be done just because I'm not feeling lazy right now. So I said, let me take y'all along. I came out to bring the dogs and I looked at the carrots and I said, oh, they need to be weeded. So started weeding, and what did I do? I told my husband, I do not weed around the carrots because I'm scared I'm going to pull them up. Look at this little carrot. It's cute though. It's cute. So I need to harvest, I need to weed, I need to drop some more seeds. Because you know, it's nothing like growing your own groceries. So I figured I'd take y'all along on a morning in my garden. So let me show y'all what I have been doing so far. Excuse the girls, they doing their job over there. Y'all see the corn back there? So proud of that corn. Yeah, that's that peaches and cream. It's about hip hat of me now. Every day we come out to the garden, get an instant reminder. I am loved. I let love in. I am kind to myself. I live in peace and gratitude. Most definitely. And then look, my long beans I've been harvesting. So if you grow lemon balm is like growing mint. Look at it. It just take over. See my cayenne right here? Lemon balm, like, yeah. So I do have a few pepper plants in here. Of course we got onion and garlic. My husband's melons are going crazy. He just put some more beans down. They doing great. I think I'm gonna drop some more jicama seeds today, because jicama is delicious. That's that candy corn and G90. Ooh-wee. I cannot wait to taste that. So, once a week, that's banana water. And that thing just sit there when it get low. I drop banana peels in there, and I just add water to it. And I've been feeding these little monsters once a week with the banana water. So I need to come through, clean them up. We are not too good at growing tomatoes, but we are trying our hand again this year. This is a Goliath, which is like a little bush, so it doesn't get as big as, now it'll get wide and bushy, but it doesn't get tall as these 7-foot plants, tomatoes. So we'll come back and clean those up, but you know, we have long bean, which I've been harvesting. But I wanted to show y'all my husband's melons. This thing is going crazy. Look at this. This melon everywhere in there. Hiding out. Look at this big old giant one. Make sure you can see this. Look at that. Ooh. I think these are golden melons, which we saw Lead Farmer 73 eating a golden melon last year. So when we went to Walmart, we ran across the golden melon. So we decided to grab one, and it was delicious. It was. And my husband kept the seeds from it. This year he dropped a bunch of seeds, and that's what we got. So we're gonna see how that turned out. So let's get some work done. Alright, so you can see I have carrots here. We haven't been successful with growing carrots either. So I dropped some seeds a couple months ago, and Once it get real bushy like this, I'm afraid to stick my hand in there. But it had weeds all around here, so I've been cleaning the weeds up. We got a few onions in here. We have 1,000-head kale, which we feed it to the chickens and the rabbits. So I cut it back. I cut all of the ugly off of it. I call it ugly, but you know, the chickens and the rabbits love it. Here I have dragon tongue. Let's see if I can find a bean. Show you dragon tongue, which is delicious. I just saute it lightly. And I've been weeding this bed. And I decided, hey, bring y'all along with me. Then we'll move over yonder and talk about those tomatoes and what we have going on. So, whew, it is a little hot out here today. Just a little. It's morning, but it's hot already. So, I got my fan on. I got my stool, which always come in handy. And I'm ready to work for a little while before it get too hot. So, let me go back and introduce myself, because we always get new followers and new people. And I want to tell y'all a little story about gardening and how I got started gardening. This is what gardening is all about. Not only this, but the peace that comes with gardening. Look at this. Long beans. We got tomatoes. This tomato is going in the freezer. I pull them when they are like this. Once they start blushing, I go ahead and pull them. When they get like this, I just throw them in the freezer. I put it in the freezer whole, just like this, because later we'll do something with these tomatoes. Right now, I just want to save them. This is my carrot that I made a mistake and pulled today. But this is the best carrot we have ever grown. Never give up. Never give up. Because look at that. These are, what are these? Black strawberry tomatoes. So when they green like this, it's okay. See it blushing a little bit on the top. We just set them on the counter for a couple days and let them ripen. And once they ripen like this, I'll throw those in the freezer too, because I'm gonna make ketchup, spaghetti sauce, you know, with my own tomatoes. That's what we're growing them for. So this is what gardening is all about. Growing those groceries, not having to go to the store. This is healthy food. I know how it's been raised. I know how it's been treated. We come out and talk to our plants. We treat them good and give them the best life, so they can in return give us a healthy life. So, growing those groceries. So, let's talk about how I started gardening. Look at that. It's not going in compost. It's going in the chicken coop. So, during the lockdown, you know, things were funny because things were closing and things were scarce. Very scarce. I was telling pescatarian gardener came to visit me yesterday, and I was telling her, I said, you know, it's a plant called blue spores. I think that's the name of it. And it's called the toilet paper plant. You know, we can grow everything. It's just how much work are you willing to do in it. So, during the pandemic, you know, things were funny. Couldn't find things in the store if you could get to the store, because they had these lockdown times and all this craziness. So, my husband has always been the gardener. Very small. This was our garden space. Or should I say that was his garden space, because I am terrified of bugs. However, Once the lockdowns, things started getting close. We had a friend. She was 107 that we took care of. She lived in a assistant living home, but she had a round the clock care, and we didn't want to leave her there because we knew we could not go and see her. So I told my husband, I said, well, how about we bring her home with us for a few weeks? And it's Friday, y'all, so people catching flights. How about we bring her home and we take care of her at home? At least we know and won't have to worry about the fact that she had this nursing home and we don't know what's going on with her. So, talk to her family. Everybody agreed. That'll be great. You know, we'll know how she's doing, and she did have some Alzheimer's, and, you know, she couldn't communicate with us well enough to be left unattended. So, and again, she had a round-the-clock care. So bringing her home, she would have a round-the-clock care, and it would be myself and my husband. We brought her home, and she was so happy, y'all. We call this Little Ossabaw. So I will link in the description where she grew up. She grew up on an island in Georgia called Ossabaw Island. I call it a magical place, because that place is magical. So growing up on an island, living off the land, she didn't eat much meat. She didn't eat meat. She wasn't a meat eater when she lived on the land, on the island. But she fishing, you know, crabs, shrimp, things like that, vegetables, herbs. I heard a lot about toothache plants and Ossabaw indigo, which we are growing. I was blessed to I grabbed some seeds one time when we were over there, and it's growing. It's growing. So every time I look at that pot, I think about our dear friend Sandy. Well, Sandy, even at 107, she loved to flirt with the men. She loved her ice cream. She loved to eat. She loved life. So that made me think about the fact that you never stop living, you know. And I say this all the time. We go live pretty often, but I always say we never stop living. A lot of people get older and they say, yeah, you know, I'm just old now. But that's okay. That's just an age. But life is what you make it. What you never... My husband. You never stop living. So she passed away on her 108th birthday here in our home with us. It was so peaceful. It was so beautiful. She, I would say, was in great shape for 108. And it was just time for her to go. I was blessed to be able to spend that time with her, give her the comfort and the peace to be able to transition over and see how comfortable she was and how happy she looked. To journey on, you know, her job was done, 108 years, and it made me think, man, you know, I don't know what God got in store for us, so I got to do better. We have to do better. So I got out here with my husband and decided to learn about gardening and growing our own groceries. Because I thought about Sandy and how she lived. She treated herself well. She treated people well. She treated the animals well. She treated the land well. She saved an island. Go check her story out. The lady who saved an island. Beautiful, beautiful island. Beautiful lady. In return, God blessed her tremendously. Tremendously. Didn't complain. She wasn't mean. She wasn't sad. She wasn't depressed. She was just happy. At 107, 108, she was happy. So, it made me think, I have to do better. We have to do better. Because we don't know what God got in store for us. But we want to make sure we make the best of it. So gardening it is. So, started learning. Well, we started YouTube about a year and 8 months or so ago. And at first we were like, these people love seeds. I don't know about seeds. But look at what seeds do. Y'all, this is what seeds give you. Seeds can be free or very, very cheap. And when I say seeds, I have seeds in my pocket. This is a pack of seeds. This is a pack of seeds. Pack of seeds, $1.89. This is medicine anyway. Fever few. This is medicine. So this will go in our apothecary. We'll grow this for the apothecary. And for the bees. But bergamot. You know what I can do with bergamot? This is tea. This is pollinators. For the pollinators. This is what I use to make air freshener, cleaning supplies, personal hygiene products, and a little pack of seeds, y'all. This pack was what, $2 or so? $2. This is why we give seeds away so much, because we are blessed. And we want to make sure everybody have a chance to grow. But Sandy made me think about, we got to take care of ourselves. Food is so much better when we cook it and, grow it and prepare it ourselves. So much better. Or if you are not able to grow your own food, at least you can support a local farmer. You may not be able to raise chickens, but I can guarantee you there's somebody in your area that can raise chickens, and you can barter with them, sell eggs, give them tomatoes, beans, corn, whatever you can grow, whatever you can do, or at least purchase it from them. That's supporting a local farmer, because they have to buy more seeds, they have to tend to this land, and but without even saying, my 107-year-old friend told me, you have to do better because God can bless you. 108 years. She danced, y'all. She loved dancing with my husband. Life was just beautiful. So that's what got me into gardening. And I can spend more time with my husband. This is what we both love. My husband just walked up with him. What's up, babe? What you doing? A glove? I ain't been around there yet. Oh. So, not only do we grow things that we love, corn, beans, jicama, fruit, watermelon, cantaloupe, mangoes, bananas, dragon fruit, you can see behind me, dragon fruit island, sugar cane, stevia. We grow things for us to consume, for tea, medicine, food, personal care products, condiments. We can make our own sugar, which I'll show y'all really soon. We can make our own essential oils for soaps and candles. We raise bees, so we have our own beeswax to go in those personal hygiene products and candles, and because we need the beeswax, plus all of the benefits of the honey, all of the benefits of the bees. So many benefits, so many blessings, but it's a peaceful life. So this is what got me into gardening, and now I can't stop. I can't stop. I love it. I love looking back, seeing videos of people 101 and still out there in the garden, 90s and 80s and 60s and 70s and 50s. I'm not there yet. And see them in the garden, because that's a peaceful place in my heart. I know everybody we do this on 1 acre of property. We do not have acres and acres. 1 acre. If you have a quarter acre, if you have a balcony, if you don't have a balcony, they have grow lights. You can do it indoors. One pot, drop a seed, and watch it grow and watch it produce. And come back and tell us how happy it make you or how it make you feel. Tell us in the comments. What does gardening mean to you? What does homesteading mean to you? We raise our own meat. You know, we have animals for dual purposes. Fertilizer, pelt to keep us warm. So many things. Meat, you know, eggs, so many things. So homesteading and gardening means so much to me. I know it means the world to my husband because he has been gardening a long time, growing his bananas, the dancing banana man. It mean a lot to him. And this is our happy place. You know, one of my happy places is the garden. One is the beach. But this is my happy place. I can walk right outside my door. Come out here. These plants don't judge us. They don't talk back to us. They don't treat us mean. Nothing. All happiness. Green. Beautiful. Light. So let's go play with some tomatoes. Alright, y'all. So last year we tried to grow tomatoes. It was a total flop. We had no clue what we were doing, really. We put too many tomatoes in a small space. They didn't get enough air. So of course they didn't do anything. So at the end of the summer, I decided to move our tomato bed to this bed just to see. And it grew beautifully. I'm like, oh. So this year, we put them back in the same bed. And look at this. Tomatoes everywhere. I have been harvesting tomatoes every day for the last 2 weeks. Cherry tomatoes. These are, like I was saying, these are Goliath tomatoes. And all of these dead leaves, I'm coming through today so I can get some of them off. Try to keep this plant healthy. I don't know, and I need to do some research. Sorry about the wind, y'all. And I was watching Jess from Roots and Refuge, and she would prune, or you know, she would chop off her leaves at the bottom so she could get airflow, but she would just throw it inside the bed because it'll break down. So that's what I've been doing. But now it's starting to look a little raggedy down here. It is getting hot here, which could be an issue. But I want to keep these bottom leaves trimmed back pretty good. And it might thin the plant out some, but it's fine. It's fine. I just want to make sure. See, look at that. I know a lot of people like, I ain't cutting. I ain't trimming. I am going to trim. And I'm going to cut it up some, give it back, and let it feed the plant. I know a lot of people just cut the suckers off, but I'm going to clean this up because I don't like how some of these leaves look. But when I first plant my tomatoes, I start my seedlings in the house, and when I put them in the ground, as they put off shoots, anywhere from the bottom of this cattle panel down, I pull all of those limbs off. I only want it to bush once it get up top. But I've been healing the tomato plants because they put off, let me bring you up, make sure you can see. Tomato plants put off roots up the stem. So I've been healing it. This one has done something crazy. So I just kind of let it be whatever it is. Whatever it was doing, I just let it do it. But I'm still learning as I go and trying to keep this thing as healthy as I can. until it get too hot. Once it get too hot, we'll pull these tomatoes and grow something else in these spots until it cool off again. We have found that tomatoes just don't do well for us once it get a certain temperature. So I'm sure my husband will grow okra or something. So another thing that I do is I grow basil. I have a basil plant back here on the other side. I grow basil with my tomatoes, and we haven't had much problems with bugs. And we do have basil, onion, and everything around, all over the place around our garden. I'm sure we can plant more onion, but no complaints right now. No complaints. So that's how I do my tomatoes. Come through every now and then with a nice little chop. Whoop. And I don't want my tomatoes dragging the ground, so making sure I get all these lower leaves that don't have tomatoes on it. If it got a tomato on it, I just let the tomato grow out, and then I'll come back and cut. I got a lot, so I'm putting some of that out. Okay, let that break down. These long beans are beautiful. You can easily grow enough long bean for a year with a few plants. So what I think I may do here in this bed is drop some more dragon tongues back here. I don't know. I need to talk to my husband about these onions and see. Meanwhile, while I have you out here, let me show you this. That is orange ginger. Not ginger. Turmeric. That is our orange turmeric. Over here, we have black turmeric and white turmeric. So I think I might put I may put bergamot in the middle of this bed. I have herbs everywhere, and I want herbs everywhere because we need herbs. Herbs are food and medicine. Cleaning products, personal care hygiene products. So I think I might put some bergamot seeds in this bed. Yeah, that's what we'll do. So I got a little compost, which is just rabbit mainly, I think. I only had a little bit of bergamot because my husband put bergamot in another bed too, so you see under that turmeric plant? Go here. All of that chicken and rabbit poop. Yeah. Good stuff. Good stuff. So I put bergamot here in between my black and white turmeric. We'll see how that do. But the turmeric is doing amazing. So this is a miniature pomegranate, and it's doing great. Look at this big one down here. I don't know if you can see it. It's a nice size pomegranate in there. However, wet self-seeded, we have toothache plant growing everywhere. See that big old flower in there? I'm going to pinch it off because it needs to be in my apothecary. This is great for ulcers and any tooth problem. You can use the leaves and you can use the buds. I just pinch them off when I see them getting a nice size, and I put them in a jar with my alcohol. So, toothache plant everywhere. Even inside our miniature pomegranate. Alright fam, it's finally getting hot. It's time to go inside. I'd like to thank y'all for joining me today and listening to my story of our friend Sandy. Don't forget to check out Ossabaw Island Foundation. I'll link it in the description. It's a magical place. It's a beautiful place. Sandy was a beautiful woman. She lived a beautiful life. And I'm so blessed that we have so many memories with her. So, think about gardening. Why is it so important to you? Homesteading. What are your benefits? What do you love most about gardening? And let us hear your stories. We love to hear them. We'll catch you in the next one. Don't forget to like, share this video out. Subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that bell so you can be notified each and every time we drop new videos. Until next time, y'all.